Everybody, today's dish is going to be French toast breakfast sandwiches. Ingredients needed are going to be some bread. Ideally, you want to use some brioche or challah bread, but my grocery store didn't have that, so I'm just using some artisan baked bread here. Some Confectioners sugar, strawberries and blueberries, whole milk or heavy whipping cream, some cinnamon and vanilla extract. I'm also using some nutmeg as well, oil, butter, some cheddar cheese, eggs, and whatever toppings that you would like on your sandwich. I'm going to be using some veggie sausage links and patties, as long as some turkey sausage, but you can use bacon or pork sausages or whatever. Let's get started. You are going to need a mixing bowl for this and a tablespoon and teaspoon measurements. First things first, we're going to take 2 eggs and crack them into your bowl. One tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm actually going to use 2 teaspoons because I like the taste of cinnamon. A half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a pinch of salt. Now mix. And I did forget to add my vanilla extract here, but 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I added it later. Now I'm gonna go in with my whole milk. So I'm just going to pour. There's not gonna really be a set measurement, but you can do about 3 to 4 tablespoons of the milk. I'm just going to pour it in and mix. So you want to mix all your ingredients together. All that cinnamon, everything from the sides. So I'm doing this in small batches because I don't know how many sandwiches I'm going to make just yet. But for about, I think, 2 sandwiches, this should be enough. But I do know I'm going to have to make another mixture. All right, now that my mixture is all mixed up here, I'm going to pour it into this bowl here just to make dipping our bread a lot easier instead of trying to get it into this round bottom. Now that this is poured into the pan, I'm going to heat up my pot here, and I'm going to turn it on to a low medium flame and get that pot nice and hot. And we're going to take our bread. And I'm just going to prepare the bread here on a separate dish. The pan is hot. And like I said before, the flame is on medium. You will be using about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to measure it with my eyes there. I'm going to let that melt, and also just add a dip of oil to the pan and allow that to melt. In the meantime, on this side, I'm going to start dipping my bread. So I'm going to dip the bread in and then flip it immediately. Breads are like sponges. You don't want them to sit in the mixture for too long and then get soggy. Same thing, just dip and turn and take out. And I'm going to take those same 2 pieces of bread and place them into the pot. You want to cook these nice and slow. Keep an eye on the bottoms. You want the bottoms to be dry, but you don't want them to burn. So just keep an eye on them while you're putting them in and flipping. It should take anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. So I already flipped one, and that's what it's looking like. We're going to go in with the next one and allow it to cook the same way, just slow until they're done. I made another batch of our egg mixture. I'm going to go ahead and dip the rest of the bread into it and have it here waiting to go inside of the pan. Okay, so it has been about 3 minutes. Just going to take a little look on the front side and the back side. I'm I'm just going to turn them and let them brown just a little bit more, and then take it off and throw in the other pieces of bread. This is the last 2 pieces of the French toast. Right now I have the other pieces of French toast in the oven. It's at 185, and that's just to keep it hot while I prepare the rest of the dishes here. I'm gonna start going on with the breakfast sausages. They're pretty simple. All you really need to do is put a little bit of oil in a pan and cook them to the directions on the back of your box. While my sausages are finishing cooking there, I'm gonna start with my eggs. So you're gonna take some eggs, however many you're gonna cook with, crack them into a bowl. And I think I'll be making about 6 here for everyone. And you can go ahead and take out those white things if you like. You can and you cannot. It all really depends on what your preference is. When all of that is finished, I'll be using salt, black pepper, and a little bit of parsley for my eggs. You can use whichever seasoning you prefer, which is why I did not add it in the ingredients list. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of salt, some black pepper, and a little bit of that whole milk. And mix. My sausages are all done, so I'm going to start with heating up my pan on low heat. I'm going to be using butter for this. We're going to make really fluffy and nice soft eggs. Key to this is making sure that your pan is low in heat. Your pan is starting to get hot. You're going to melt some butter. You can put a generous portion. You want it to melt nice and slow. You don't want it to start smoking. I'm adding a lot because I have 6 eggs here. I'm going to cook them all at one time. My butter is fully melted. I'm going to go in with my eggs. And this is just all about patience. Slow is the name of the game. So as it cooks, you want to pull on each side so that it creates a nice little fluffy layer. And also when it does get nice and hot, you're going to start folding in your cheese. I'm going to start now and add a little bit of cheese to the center. And this is sharp cheddar cheese. And that's going to melt in super nicely with your egg mixture. If you can see how the outsides here are starting to get white, I'm just going to pull that in. And that's all I'm gonna do until the eggs become completely cooked. It's just fold, pull and fold, and pull and fold. I'm gonna add some more cheese now. And I like cheesy eggs, so if you don't, you can skip this part. While it's still cooking there, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take my parsley flakes and just shake it over the top and mix them in so we get a nice garnish, some nice color in there. And at this point it is done. If you like your eggs a little harder, you can leave them on the fire for a little longer. At this point, my eggs are ready to go. So I'm just going to take them off and set them on the plate aside here. Alright, so we have our French toast on the bottom, some eggs, sausage, ready sausage in the middle. I'm going to drizzle some of my syrup on there. And now top it. And to add the final touch, a little bit of that Confectioners sugar. And now you have your French toast breakfast sandwich. Enjoy! You want to eat it just as French toast you can. I'm just going to plate this for you guys. So we have our French toast. I halved the strawberries, so I'm just going to toss a couple on here. Try to get you guys a good angle. And then take some of my blueberries. sprinkle those around the plate. And now that confectioner sugar. So this is what the bag looks like. You guys can see that. Take a pinchful and sprinkle it all around the French toast.